Hi, friends. Hopefully you find me over here tonight. Haven't done a Facebook Live again for a long time. I can't seem to get in a groove of doing them, but I think this time I have a good reason why that's so. A lot of you know that I took a very bad fall the latter part of October, and occurred, got some big time trauma to my left shoulder. I broke my shoulder in 4 places and haven't been able to work and haven't really been able to use my arm very much. Of course, I'm right-handed, and it happened on my right arm when I was outside with the dog, walking in the dog, and had a nasty squirrel incident. A lot of you guys already know this, but I'm mentioning it just for the few that don't know it, and so that you understand why I haven't been very active on Facebook lately, especially not any Facebook Lives or anything. But I'm going to check over here real quickly and see if I'm streaming on my business page. Normally I do my Facebook Lives in my personal page, but I realize that, that's probably not the right place to put these. Probably the right place for them to be is, oh, there I am, is on the business page. So that's, hopefully some of you will find me there tonight. No doubt there will be some that don't find me because that's not where they would go looking. And so I'll have to steer those friends here after the thing posts and I see that some didn't get to see it. So let's see if I can tell who's watching. I don't know if I can. Insights are unavailable for this post, it says. I guess yet another reason why I should probably, I'm more comfortable doing it on my own personal page because I can see actually who's watching. So if you are watching, if you'll write in the comments, hi, and that you're watching, I'll see that, and then I'll know who's here. And while you're doing that, because I know at least a couple are watching right now, so thank you for finding your way over to this page as opposed to my own personal page. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, by way of explanation, I already told you, with my arm and, well, actually it's my shoulder. It's not my arm. My hand and my elbow work great. It's my shoulder. But you'll see I've got real natural looking hair because I can't get my arm up here to fix my hair, nor can I get my arm up here to do mascara and makeup very easily. I can use my left hand, of course, to put on some, but I'm not very precise with my left hand since I am right-handed. I don't have I'm not blessed with the ambidextrous nature that some people are. So anyway, so be it. You get to see me with natural hair and a lot more clean face, and maybe that's not a bad thing. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I'm gonna look over here again. Sorry that I've got this in one place and I've got my laptop over here. But, oh, hi, Diane, Sarah. Thank you, Diane. Oh, you're so sweet. And hi, Chris. Thank you. I'm glad you guys were able to find me over here on this page. So, yay. That's good news. And I just posted earlier today that I was going to go live tonight, so I didn't give anybody fair warning. I try not to make New Year's resolutions because, most of us feel defeated if we don't live up to them. But one of my resolutions every year, to some degree, or at least an intent that I have every year, is to get on a more regular schedule for card classes and posts on Facebook and Facebook Lives. So if I can do that this year, I'm sure going to give it a try. But life always gets in the way, and especially when this is a part-time side hustle, I have to, sometimes things have to give, and it might be the side hustle that has to. But anyway, welcome everybody tonight. Good to see you. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope you had a Happy New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, and a good start to 2023. I could not be more happy to say goodbye to 2022. It was full of many things that were challenging and not of a real positive nature. So I'm glad to have that year done, and we'll see what 2023 brings. I mean, we all have sunshine combined with rain in our lives, and I know that, and I try to stay positive about things. But anyway, I'm glad to end out that year in many ways, not just my shoulder. So let's see, I think I'll turn the camera down. Again, if you're joining me late, if you'll type in, say hello, and let me know that you're here, because doing it over here on my business page, it does not automatically show me who's here. So if you post and say hi, then I know you're here. So that's one good thing. And if you like and share my video, share it to your page so that I can see it there. I will give away tonight's card to somebody. It is one of the cards that I'm going to have at my upcoming retreat. I decided I would show you guys how to use this set and make one of these cards. So I was going to keep this card because it'll be one of my displays for people to reproduce at my retreat if they choose to. But I'll just make an extra one. So if you like and share my video tonight, you'll go in the drawing and somebody their name will get drawn. You have a good chance of winning because over here on this page, I don't get that many followers. Well, I've got a lot of followers. I just don't think that a lot of people get the Facebook notifications of my lives. They get notified on my other page, but not so much here. Anyway, long story short, share and like it. You have a pretty good chance of winning the card. And then I'll just make extras for my retreat. And at the end, I'll show a sneak peek of some of the other projects that we'll have at my retreat. My retreat is full unless you'd like to get it as a to-go option. The place that I hold it at has limited space. And so, and also because of my shoulder and I'm still not back to normal, I don't see myself being able to move a lot of chairs, a lot of tables, a lot of the physical aspects of it. I have help right now. In fact, that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it, is I've got help from my husband and my son. Without them, I wouldn't physically be able to do it, but I am limited. So it is full at this time. I certainly appreciate the amazing response I got to it. It filled up really quickly, and so thank you for those of you who signed up to come to it. If you weren't able to get in, I have a wait list in case somebody ends up needing to cancel. So feel free to message me and say you want to be on the wait list just in case. It is local here in Lincoln, but you can also get this as a to-go option where I mail you all of the items. You would need the stamp set because Stampin' Up prohibits me from stamping items and mailing to people. They don't allow for that, so that's the only bad thing. But I mean, it's a good thing because when you see the stamp set and dies, you would probably want them anyway, and so then you'll get you can buy my to-go package and make all the projects we're doing. Anyway, long story short, let's get going. I'm going to move my camera so that you can see my table. So close your eyes if this bothers you. Bear with me for just a sec as I turn this down. I tried to preset my mount so that it would be in a good spot. So let's hope that that is still the case. Okay. Hopefully I didn't make anybody sick. I suffer from some motion sickness myself, so I certainly understand if you're one who gets a little nauseated when things move visually. So, okay, there. And I always mention this, but on my laptop I can see what I'm doing over here, but there is a lag of a good few seconds. So what I see here doesn't show up over there for me for a few minutes. So hopefully everything is in the camera. It's very close up, isn't it? But I don't think I can get it much further up above it. So I think we'll deal with that right there. So again, thanks for joining me, guys. Looks like Jolene's here. Hi, Jolene. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Hi, Jessica. Oh, you guys, you're so sweet. Thanks for joining me. Brenda's here. I'm so glad some of you guys are finding your way here. I mentioned at the beginning that I never post my live videos over here on the Penny for Your Crafts, and so I was fearful that no one would find me, and I figured, oh well, it would give me good practice to do it even if I don't have an audience, but having an audience is so much nicer, so thanks. This is our annual catalog. Most of you know this. This is our big, we call it annual, it's the big thick one. It's got everything in it that we carry all year long. But today started our launch of our new mini catalog. It's called the January to April mini catalog because, of course, that's the time frame of this one. We just a few days yesterday ended our other mini catalog, which went just through the holidays. It was fall and holidays, and then it ended, and now we have this mini catalog now that launched. Some people used to call that the holiday catalog, and we would call this the spring catalog. I still kind of think of it that way, so anyway, just so you know. But this is our new one that launched. Until today, we could never show the insides of the catalog until it launched, but now we can. So I'll show you that what I'm going to demonstrate tonight uses this super cute set called Share a Milkshake, and this is what I'll be using at my retreat. So that's why I thought I'll show everybody tonight one of the cards that will be showcased in the retreat. But it uses this set. It doesn't have to be birthday. It can be Valentine's Day. It can be birthday because it says, you know, celebrate. You're the cherry on top. It could be any event that you want to celebrate for a person. Anniversary and an achievement. And it doesn't have to be a celebrate. You could just be sending someone a sweet card to tell them life is sweeter with you and you're the cherry on top. Things like that. Positive affirmations of a sweet, get it, sweet nature. It's got some neat stuff in it, and I'll show you real quick how it goes. But I have not bought it yet, but those of you that like cats, oh my gosh, isn't this the cutest set? I've really been on the fence about getting it. It's called Love Cats, and I just think it's adorable. It's so cute. Really having a hard time not putting that in my shopping cart and buying it. I have to go carefully because as you see at the end, I'll show you some of the other things I bought from here. I've already bought a lot from this new catalog, and it only goes January to April for us demonstrators. If you're a hobbyist person, you don't care if it ends in April, other than you can't buy it after then. But all of these things that you get your hands on, you can use forever, for years and years and years. But when you're a business person trying to market what is available, you know, once these things are no longer available, doesn't do me a lot of good to have classes and things with them because it frustrates people to come and love like the cats. Oh, and this goose set. Oh my gosh. I'm really on the fence about getting this goose set. Silly goose. Oh, it's so cute. Anyway, it frustrates people to come to class and I say, oh, that one's no longer available. They're like, what? So anyway, most of you, I believe, if you're my customer, have probably gotten a mini catalog and a Sale-a-bration, or you might be on my team and be a demonstrator, and so you would have gotten yours that way as well. But if you don't have one of these, I'm thinking like perhaps Brenda. I know you're out of town and I haven't seen you, so if you don't have one of these, let me know. I can mail you one. Or let's see, who else might not have one that lives out of town? Oh, Jill might not have one. Along with the new mini catalog, we have the Sale-a-bration that is starting today. And for every $50 order that you place, you can choose a free item out of this catalog. And I've got some of these on hand that I will show you. So if you don't have one of these, let me know and I can mail you one. Or you can find it online on my shopping page under Stampin Up. This owl set is adorable. You can find lots of projects online showing the owl set. I've got the owl set. I also got this very cute carrot set called Thanks a Bunch. Who'd have ever thought carrots would make a great addition to a stamp set, but it is adorable, cute. Cute sayings that go with it, punny sayings. Beautiful designer series paper. A lot of our designer series paper packs in here coordinate with some of our new stamp sets. We have a beautiful sending support stamp set. I'll show you that at the end. It's got some wonderful things. I got this stamp set. I'll show you at the end. I don't know. Anyway, I'll move that out of the way. Oh, here, I should point this out. Some of you are on my team already, and I love that. I appreciate you guys being on my team. We have a great time together. But you should know that during Sale-a-bration, they always have the best sign-on promotion. And so at the back of this Sale-a-bration catalog that I was showing you, it has a join, and it describes this year we've got option 1, 2, and 3. This is only during January and February. So starting today and only through February. So it is limited time. Anyway, there's a great join promotion. For it tells you here for $129, you can get $175 worth of Stampin' Up! Products out of either the annual catalog or the mini catalog, whatever, of your choice. So that's quite a savings. For only $129, you can get $175 worth of product, and for free, this Stampin Cut Emboss machine. This is the mini machine in boho blue. It's a brand new color. It's going to launch this May as one of our new in colors, but you can beat to the punch now and get the new machine in that color. Option 2 is the same price. For $129, you get $175 worth of products, but you get the traditional Stampin' Cut Emboss machine in white, this mini one in white. And then the third option is our regular option is $99 to join, but this time during celebration only for $99 you get $175 worth of products, and it's all shipped for free. So you save all the shipping and you get, what is that, $76 worth of extra products for free. That's a heck of a deal. Anyway, enough of that. I just wanted you to know about it. If you want to save money and get a bunch of product, there's no obligation to continue down the road. You can drop out at any time. You don't have to pay back anything. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to sell. You can just do this to gain some things that you want. And you can be part of my Polymer Princess team, and we have a great time. And so just reach out to me if you think you want to get some stuff and save a bunch of money. So that's that, okay? I'll move these aside. I'll show you the card. Tonight, we're using that Share Milkshake bundle that I told you about at my retreat. So tonight's card is a non-traditional, non-feminine card. It's non-gender, I guess, non-gender specific. It can be male, female, whatever. And that's because a lot of our products and cards tend to cater more to feminine colors. It's a little bit harder to find masculine. And you'll see when I show you the other cards and projects from my retreat, a lot of them are kind of more of a maybe feminine colors, I'm not sure. Anyway, so I definitely wanted to on purpose make one that could be used for guys or just non-girly girls. I've got sons. A lot of you guys are a son. A lot of you have sons, husbands, uncles, cousins, males that you want to give a card to, and maybe you don't want to give them a frilly pink one. So I think this will be fun. So I'll show you how to do this one. It's on crumb cake base. I've got things cut out. I'll show you that one. And it uses this pattern paper. Is from a brand new stack of designer series paper called Dandy Designs. It's probably got a glare, but there it is, Dandy Designs. It's a multi-pack. It's got a ton of paper in it. 48 sheets of 12 by 12 in some really great colors. And you get 4 sheets of each pattern and color, and they're two-sided, so one side's really pretty, and then you've got coordinate. Ooh, I love this one. You'll see one of the cards we're doing uses this one. It's really pretty, and all kinds of pretty ones in here. So that's what I'm using. I'm using it for the retreat. I'll show you the cards at the end for those who want to stick around and get a sneak peek of them, but I'll show you how to make this right now. Okay. So the base of this is a crumb cake colored base. It's called crumb cake. I made it 8.5 by 5.5. So 8.5 this way, 5.5 this way, scored at 4 1/4. You can also make it, my favorite way to make cards is the long way, 11 by 4 1/4. Let me show you an example one here. This is the way I love to make cards, in this layout. But this one, for whatever reason, I went that way. You can make this card either way. It can be long. I call this a hot dog fold in the schools, and we call this a hamburger fold in the schools. But it's both of them just take a half sheet of cardstock. It's just a difference in the way you cut and score it. So there's that. We're going to make that. I picked out designer series paper, like I said, that wouldn't have as much of a feminine look to it, I thought. So this one, this is the back side of it. We aren't using it, but that's a great color too. We're using this one. I use this for the banner. And then this blue, this back side is really pretty. And we've got this on a couple of our projects for the retreat, but there's that one. Yeah, so I cut some of those up. So let me get all of those out. All my stuff set in here. Hopefully I don't lose it mid card. Been known to do that. And we're using Crumb Cake ink and a few other colors. So, all right. As I said, I'll try to leave this card where you can see it, right over there. Use that there. So here's my base. As I told you, I've already scored it. I'm going to use my bone folder to get a good crease. Go both ways. Okay. So there's my card base. I can set it aside for now, for just a minute. Using the Stylish Shapes dies. I keep my dies, the ones that I use all the time. I buy these blank Stampin Cut, Stampin Up folders, or I'm sorry, cases. And taking a piece of thick cardboard, I adhere magnet sheets to it so that I can keep my dies on it. And then I'll keep the folder in here that tells me the name of the set and how many are in it, and the number, the order number on it. So I put them on there, and then that's easy for me to put them back when I'm done. I don't lose them as easily. Anyway, so the Stylish Shapes dies I use on this set. Actually, we're using those for a fair amount of our cards in the retreat. So out of it, I'm using the second largest stitch circle die. I'll hold it up so you can see. It's got stitching around it. And that's the die I used for the 3 circles. And then I'm using this large banner die, which is stitched. All of these are stitched. And that's for this banner. It's not quite long enough. If I lay it on here, you'll see it's a little bit shorter. So what I did was I cut it in half, which you can't tell because this white circle hides it. It's cut in half and spread out a little ways. I should say I was inspired by a couple cards I saw online by some of the demonstrators that share their projects with us. And so I was inspired by one I saw. I changed it up a bit. I'm using a different focal point, different colors, different card base and everything. But the idea of the circles stacked was borrowed from there. So anyway, these are the 2 dies I'm using from that set. I've already die cut out the circles just to save time that I've got. And I die cut out that banner. So I'll show you right now what I did with that. I should scroll down and see if there's any questions. Good going. Oh, Mary, I'm sorry. I glanced over there. Excuse me. I glanced over here and I saw Mary posted. I knew it would be a problem posting my Facebook Live over here. I mentioned that at the beginning, Mary, because normally I do it on my personal page, but really I should be doing business things on my business page. So I said I knew people would have a hard time finding me over here. So I'm glad you did, and I'm sorry it caused a little bit of grief for you. Yeah, way back when I did do one over here. Actually, I think maybe I've done 2 of them over here in the past, but that's why you don't see very many of them. So, I wonder if the one you were watching was any good. Haha. What was I making in it? Who knows, huh? So, okay, let's get back to this. I'm going to put these circles that I've die cut using those stitched Stylish Shapes dies, and I just put just a tad of this under to start with until I get it positioned where I feel like it's right, you know, evenly placed where I want it to be. I want it to be the same amount of space here and here. And because this has kind of a grid pattern on it, I kind of want to make sure that my lines aren't crooked and cockeyed. So then I'll just put a little here. I'll go back and add more adhesive under these once I'm sure. Right now, see, I can pick them up and move them around if I need to. So by just using only a little bit of adhesive. But I will add more once they are right to my liking. So this looks fairly even. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to ballpark it, so to speak. Then I did, when I applied these, I was using my grid paper underneath here, and I could use the lines to line up. But that mat is not as attractive, so I put this little piece down here to look nicer. It means I don't have my lines to go by, so let's hope I can kind of get these looking pretty decently by eyeballing it. Let's see, I'm going to get above a little bit and see if it looks like it's even. And then of course this is going to hide that, so there we go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm not stamping on here, this is just a background, so I can go ahead and put it down, but it is popped up with dimensionals, so let me grab my dimensionals and put some under it. One, two. Usually on a circle I'll use 3 or 4 depending on, you know, how thick it is. I'll use this little corner piece for the middle so it doesn't sag, because I will be pushing down in the middle when I put that waffle cone in there. So go ahead and put this, try to get it also fairly even there. Okay, now I'm going to bring up my embosser. I need to show you that in this set there's a bunch of dies. Many of them I have already over there. I'm using them for the retreat, but there's dies that cut out this waffle cone, and it's unusual looking. When people see it, they're like, what the heck does that do? This does the waffle cone. It even scores it so you can fold it up. So let me die cut that real quick for you and show you how it works. I'm going to cut it out of crumb cake. I'm a little bit off camera, I know, but I'm just tacking down with a little bit of washi tape the crumb cake. So you can see I cut out the milkshake cup from this before. But let me pull up. I won't put my die cut machine on the table and do it. It'll shake everything around. So I'm just going to do this off camera. Don't mind me, but I think you'll appreciate not having everything go wonky. There we go. And I will have to die cut just one other thing after I stamp it. But I tried to prepare a lot of the things ahead of time. So there's that waffle die. And it cuts this out, and you think, what the heck, I can't even imagine what this is, but, oh, I better plug in my phone while we're talking. I just got to thinking, I don't want it to die mid. There we go. So, this is the waffle. It's got the score lines in it, so you can fold it, and then fold the other along the score line. And I just finger folded it. I didn't score it big time. But I also wanted to add a little bit of inking to it to give it definition. On this one, I'm not sure if you can see. I'll hold it up. I added a little ink, and it makes those lines of the waffle show up better, I thought. So let me do my finger dauber. We sell these. They come in pretty handy for things like this. And I don't really have to ink the back. It's not going to show, but I'm going to ink up on the front. And I'm going to get a little more crumb cake on here because it feels like it's pretty dry. And crumb cake, where'd you go? Oh yeah, I set you out here because we'd be using you for the... So just dab your finger dauber on there a little bit. And then I always start off in case there's a blob of ink on there, and then I go to it. And just a little bit of light. In fact, that's a little bit heavier than I would have wanted. But it'll give it some good definition. And I get the edges just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more down here. Even that out. Okay. Doesn't take much. And then using liquid glue, I'm going to glue a little bit on this side, and then more on this side. And fold her in. And you can even take your bone folder in here and kind of give it a little bit of dimension. There we go. If I hold it for just a minute, it'll be glued. The Tombow glue will take hold pretty quickly. Okay, I'm going to set that aside, and while that dries, I'm going to talk to you about the ice cream that goes in the waffle cone. I've chosen to make this pistachio, and then a light blue, and then a chocolate. To do those, I stamped them off first. We call that second generation, or stamp off, because they were a bit too bold, I thought. And so I'll show you how I do 1 for the chocolate, okay? And where did I put? Here it is. In this set, there are two different ice cream scoops, if you will. One is smaller and the other is bigger. This one goes on the milkshake, and this one goes on the sundaes and in the waffle cone. So at the end, I'll show you those other cards I've made, and you'll see what I mean. But I'm just pointing out that there are two sizes. And I'm going to stamp off one time, because see, that's a little bit too dark to my liking. But if you want your chocolate to be really dark, that would work. And here it is. It's got these little dots on it already, which are kind of cute, I think. Almost like sprinkles. And then the dies, there are dies that cut out the big scoops, the little scoops, the sundae cups, the cherry, whipped cream, chocolate fudge, the waffle, as you saw. Lots of dies. There we go. And most of the dies are small enough to fit in our mini Stampin' Cut Emboss. This is mine. This is my white one. Like I said, during the Sale-a-bration promotion, you can get a white one, or you can get the special boho blue one, and it's only like $25 you're getting it for, right? $29 maybe. So that's a heck of a deal, because it comes with the plates, everything you need to get started right away with it. As you can see, it's very handy for putting on your table. It's small enough that you can put it right up here on your workspace and then move it aside and keep crafting on. And I just keep little pieces of washi tape stuck on there to use. It folds up. Sorry for the sound, it's kind of clunks in there, but that's good. And the plates can store right up here, and it's handy as can be. Now, the width on it, I think, is like about 3.5 or so. How wide is this? This easily went through it. This is 3.25, so yeah, I think about 3.5 wide is what you can put through there. So for little things, it's perfect. But, okay, so back to the waffle cone. So I mentioned pistachio and then blue. What would the blue be? Like a blueberry? I don't know. Who knows? And then chocolate. And let me add a little bit of liquid glue. Oh, look, I just found a dog here. What do you know? Now that Danny's got his dog here, has for just about a year now, I'm finding dog hair everywhere. I'm sure that's normal. I mean, we used to have cats, so we had cat hair everywhere too, so it's not like I'm not familiar with that. But okay, so in this one, I put the chocolate in the back, but this time I think I'm going to put the blue to the back. Put that about there. And then I'm going to go chocolate over here. Maybe about like that. And then I'll put that pistachio-ish color in the front. There we go. And they just go right in. Then there are two different sizes of fudge pieces for the dies. And I'm using the small one here, but on the milkshake, you'll see I used a larger one. So just a dab of blue, a little fudge dripping off here. There we go. There. I didn't pop him up because he's already, I don't know if you can see the thickness there. He's already kind of got a thickness going to him, and I had already popped up the stitch circle. So I'm just going to glue him down flat. With a little bit of Tombow on the back. Position him where I want him. About like so. There we go. And then in the set, as I mentioned, there's the word celebrate. Be my Valentine. I'm going to do celebrate. And here's my strip of 1/2-inch white cardstock. And here's my stamp. I'm going to use the crumb cake for this. If I were doing a different color, obviously you can, as long as it's a dark enough color to really show up well, you can coordinate. I think on some of my other projects I used Gorgeous Grape maybe on one, I don't know, some different ones. There we go. Pretty easy to stamp, and I'm just gonna rough cut that. You could, and maybe I will on this one. I'm gonna go like this and just fishtail the end a little bit. I got a new punch that does some neat finishes to the ends of things, and it's in our brand new catalog, so I can't wait to try that out. Now for this, since this is kind of raised and it's going to go across there, I just put a dimensional on this side and this side of it, and I used my mini dimensionals for that. If you don't have mini dimensionals, just cut your full-size dimensionals down a little bit and they will work just fine. So let me get those off. And I put just a tad bit of liquid glue towards the middle of it. And then I'll put it about, oh, maybe here. There we go. I like doing that. I should have done that to this one because it kind of mimics the fishtail here. I kind of like that. So maybe I'll go back and try to do that one there. But pretty easy card. The Stampin' I mentioned was, for me, second generation for all of those. Depends on the look you're going for, if you want a more bold, vibrant color. This one I used some of the scraps. Like, you know, you end up with scraps all the time. So I used a couple scraps here, or I used a scrap there, and I stamped Happy Birthday. And the Happy Birthday comes from this new set that is in that catalog I just showed you called Best Day. I'll be doing a class with this. I tell you, I've got a lot of birthday stamp sets, but this little cat in the cupcake wrapper just made me laugh out loud. And I also like this big old cake with the Happy Birthday, oh, what do you call those when you put them in the cake and they stick up? Cake toppers, yeah. I thought that was so cute. So both of those, I had to get that set. Anyway, that's where the sentiment in here came from. But you could use any Happy Birthday, or as I said, this doesn't have to be a birthday card. You could put anything in there that would be celebratory. But so I'll probably do that to the inside here. I have a couple different scraps I can use. I would cut this down, it's pretty big, or another scrap of that. It just carries the outside of the card inside, and that's always a nice touch. And then also you could stamp or put some of this Designer Series paper on the envelope. Since this pack is such a huge pack, you don't have to scrimp. You could easily decorate your envelopes to match. So, as I said at the beginning, I'm going to show you more cards, but this is a great time for me to remind you that if you like and share this video to your page so that other people can see it, because I really want more people to know about me, of course. If you do that and put on here, liked and shared, then I will enter you to win the card. Oh, Grayson's here. Hi, Grayson. Oh, yeah, everybody likes the fishtail. Indeed. Yep. I think I'll try to go back and see if I can achieve that here. I don't know why I never thought of it the first time, but I was hurrying. I guess that's my only explanation. So, anyway, let me show you some of the other projects we'll be doing, okay? If you're interested in seeing it, and if you're not in a hurry to go. But I'm proud of myself for, like, really zipping through and getting a project done in a half hour, especially since I took time at the beginning to show you the catalog and everything. That was great. Awesome. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. Look at that. Can you see there's little spoons? Some of my projects have little spoons. There's a stamp and then there's a die for that. Okay. Let me grab them. Oh, I can't reach with my arm. Hang on. Limited movement in my arm. Okay. I'll go through these pretty fast, but just to give you a taste of what we'll be doing at the retreat, if you choose to. If you've never been to one of my retreats, especially since you're liking and sharing this, hopefully some people will see this that have never come to one of mine. If you come to one of my retreats, you pay a fee and you have all day long to craft in this wonderful place. It's Grayson's Church, as a matter of fact, and it is well lit. It is no stairs to get in. It's got a full kitchen. It's a wonderful crafting place. We can only get it for the one day, so it's a full day, all day, for one price. You get all the goodies. You get projects that I've created, and I set them out, and I give you all the instructions on how to make them. I'm there to help you. You get to use my stamps, inks, dies, embossing folders, everything like that. Now, I will say, if you are coming to this retreat and you own any of these products, you may wish to bring yours. We are a full retreat this time. We actually have 18 people coming, and so that will be a lot of people using the stamps and dies, but we will get along just fine, and we will share, and it won't be a problem. But if you already own them and want to bring yours to use, I won't discourage you from that either. So anyway, that's one of the projects. I think I will also make another one in the other more feminine-ish colors, but I really like the idea of having one here that can be easily sent to a mail and you don't feel like you're giving them a girly card. Here's one of the other projects we're going to do. This one's got the milkshake. I mentioned the difference in the size for the ice cream. See, this is the one we used in the waffle cone, and this is the larger one. This one, the die has a slit cut in it so that you can insert the straw. Isn't that cute? I love that. So that's one of our cards. The hearts dies, they come in this set too. And so the inside of this has got a nice little strip and then hearts in it. And I don't know that that's a feminine color. I mean, it's blue, so it's masculine-ish. And I made one into a Be My Valentine card, and I made one into just Celebrate. So there's those. This card has the milkshake, and this is a bold, vibrant color. I think you could use this for a guy too, because it's not pink, it's orange and calypso coral, so it's pretty bold and vibrant. It's got that same milkshake thing and a cherry on top. And the small fudge die here, I've used here for whipped cream. You can do it with white and it's whipped cream. This uses one of our new dies called the Fitting Florets dies to get these ovals, so that I wanted to let people try out and use these new oval dies for fun. And then on here I put the cherry on top and stamped some of the cherries. So that's cute. I thought also people might be getting tired of the milkshake ice cream theme, so I did one with a floral to kind of mimic the flowers in that DSP here, using one of our new punches, and I can't even remember the name of it. It's an odd circular punch, so people will get to try out and use that if they make this version of the card. All of the cards that I show are optional. You can make them or you can choose not to, and I never have my feelings hurt. But, you know, you can bring anything you want to craft that day, but just know that you'll also have these products to use if you choose to. So, there's that one. This is a fun fold one, and it opens up and then opens up again. And this uses a stamp set, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. A new stamp set, and I can't remember the name of it right now. Very Best Occasions, I believe it's called. Very Best Occasions, I think. Anyway, it carried over, and isn't this DSP beautiful? I love it. So this one's got the waffle cone in it, like we talked about. But instead of stamping the ice cream on this waffle cones, they are just die cut out of cardstock. So that's a little quicker idea. And you could actually do it for the card I just showed you. You could just die cut out from cardstock instead of stamping, should you choose to. As I said, this is a fun fold. And so I also did it in this color, same card, but in these colors. So there's that. This one, same card, but it's got, instead of the straw tucked in there, the spoon is tucked into this sundae. I thought that was cute. And this saying is from that stamp set I just showed you that has the cat in the cupcake holder. It's the best day because it's your birthday. So I made it into a birthday card, but you wouldn't have to. And it's got a little bit of a ribbon trim there. Here's the sundae card. So not only do you make milkshakes and waffle cones, but you make sundaes with this set. So this is pretty. And the heart stamps are second generation stamped all over this white. That's kind of cute. Celebrate. Oh, I didn't do anything on the inside of that card, I guess. But you can do anything you want. And then here's another one. And on this one I made the sundae cup and spoon out of silver embossed, not embossed, silver foil. And to speed things along for people, I've already die cut out the silver spoons and bowls, and I'm going to have them handy. I've also stamped and die cut out a bunch of cherries and some fudge. Here's the sundae pieces, the things. Here's a bunch of straws that I've already stamped and die cut out, and hearts for people. I've been working a lot to try to get things done. So that way, if there's a hold up at the Stampin' die cut machine, maybe that will help people along. Anyway, back to this card. So this is a fun fold card. It folds back on itself here. And then got this. Life is Sweeter with You. And that's from that set too. So those are the cards I've done so far. Add to that the masculine one I just showed you guys. And that's, I don't know how many projects, especially depends on if you change up and do both. Some of them have more similar card, but with different colors and styles. I'm also hoping to get a scrapbook page created and displayed for people that might want to do that, because a lot of us that make cards also do scrapbooks. So I thought I'd make a scrapbook layout and have that on display for people. Let's see, what else did I need to tell you about? I can't recall. I've got to make the pillow gifts for everyone. Let's see. Any questions for me? If you're coming to the retreat now, you kind of already know what we're going to be doing. Oh, I know. I wanted to show you something. I did not use it, but one of the dies in here is this kind of a waffly crisscross netted thing. Doing the milkshake and the sundae, it's a two-step process. It's really kind of interesting. If you own this set, there's lots of videos about it, and I'll show it at the retreat, but you actually stamp it and then stamp with a stamped off color. Stamp it stamped off color, or you just stamp it right on crumb cake or a colored cardstock, and then you don't have to do the second. But we are also using this new embossing folder. You'll see it in the brand new catalog. It's called Cane Weave, and that was on a couple of the ones I showed you. I failed to point it out at the time, and I should have, because it's a pretty cool one. There, if I get it close there, you should be able to see it. And just, it's got this, I thought that looked good. So that's on a couple of our projects, at least 2 or 4 of them, I think. Oh, I know. I said I would show you some of the other new things I got real quick that I'll be using for classes and things. Oh, hands are lifted. It's a lot, so here, let me sit on the table. I won't go through too much of it, but one of the things I did want to mention, these are not new, but if you were a part of my Stampin' Up Bingo, I demonstrated making these crackers. They're called crackers. Oh, let me set this down. There we go. These, I think, are big in Europe, but they've got candy inside, but you can put anything inside. Lip gloss, rolled up money, coins, little trinkets, jewelry, but candy, of course. And so I made these for Christmas and gave them to some customers or friends. They're good for birthday gifts. This set comes with all kinds of extra pieces, but it's a great big die. And during bingo, I had this as a gift. I had one for me, but then I also had bought an extra one that was one of the bingo prizes. So it's a great big die, and then you get all of these window dies to cut out. And these are perfect for sentiments. Like that birthday one that I just had, I could have used this for. Here's a flagged one. There's just many of them. Stars and hearts you can die cut out. Anyway, this set does this. The reason I mention it is when we did bingo, everybody wanted to be the one who won this set because they were not available to order at that time. They were sold out because of Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. People were making these and putting them on their dinner table as place setting markers. You know, you could have this each plate with name, just a little trinkety thing. So they sold out. They will be back in stock pretty soon. And so during Sale-a-bration is a really good time to buy dies. Dies aren't, they're an investment. They aren't super cheap, but they're a great investment. And if you buy during Sale-a-bration time, you earn free stuff. So consider that. I mean, this isn't $50. You'd have to put a few things with it. But it's easy to hit the $50 or $100 mark if you pick up these die sets that you've had your eye on. The other thing is deckled rectangles. I meant to use these on one of our projects for the retreat, and I never did, but we have used these at my classes. They're a very useful set of dies. You can see these are all rectangles, many size, and they've got this deckled edge to them, as the name implies. Also a good time to get something like this. If you got both of these, you would earn a free item from that Sale-a-bration catalog. So there's some great new paper in the Sale-a-bration catalog. This set is called Dainty Flowers. It's beautiful. That paper that I showed you on the projects, that's free stuff. Let me show you something else. This new paper is gorgeous. Let me remember the name of it. Regency Park. I knew it was something park. Full of beautiful blues that I love. This one is Country Gingham. It's got some gorgeous gingham paper in it. I guess I could cut them open for anyone interested, but I don't want to keep people forever. But they're great. What colors are we going to be using? Oh, hi, Jessica. Good question. And will I let you know what inks to bring? Sure. I will give you a list of inks. I will say that the list is a little bit long, but not horrible long. And keep in mind that if you don't bring all of them, I will have all the inks. But see, as I'm going, I'm keeping a list of what cardstock I need to make sure everybody gets and what inks I'm using. So I will send this list of inks out. But some of them, like Mango Melody and Petal Pink, I only used them on a couple things. What you really needed a lot of was Sweet Sorbet and Crumb Cake and Fresh Freesia. But yes, I will send out that. That's a great question. I'll send everybody that list. And I don't know. Does anybody want me to open these papers and show off? I don't know. It might take a little while, but I'll just give you a little glimpse. I love gingham, and so it's great to see a nice gingham pack. We had the Country Gingham set that just retired. These are light colors, though, with the exception of that Sweet Sorbet red color. Most of these are pretty light colors in here. But that makes sense when I think of spring and Easter. And I wasn't quite in the picture there, was I? This set is gorgeous. I can't wait to use this. I bought a stamp set and pad that goes with it, but beautiful florals in this one. I don't always love it, though, when they do 6x6 packs, but you know, what can you do? And then the back is usually a more muted, solid color that coordinates well with the more vibrant prints. So anyway, that's those two. I bought a pack, Memories and More cards called Enjoy the Adventure. They looked really good for scrapbooking, so check that online if you like that. Here's some new adhesive back milky dots that are really pretty. The color up there at the top, I can't see underneath without opening. Let me glance at it real quick. I assume it's a different color. Yeah, it's hard to tell online, but these are all 4 different colors. So that's a new embellishment that we have. Oh, none of my cards showed the embellishments on them because I just got my embellishments today. So those cards that I showed you for the projects, they will have some pearls on them, but they just arrived in the mail today, or in my order today. So here's a new one that we've got called Opaque Adhesive Back Gems. Good colors for that. This one I can't wait to do a class or a retreat, probably a class on, but it's called Lighting the Way. It's got fireflies in it, or lightning bugs, whichever you call them. And the dies has this amazing lantern die in it that I saw some of the big time demonstrators doing with copper. Let me open it real quick. It was just beautiful, so I can't wait to use it. Let me get it out real quick because I can't explain. Look at this lantern. Is that amazing? And then the little fireflies, there's like 3 different sizes, I believe, and then some stems and things. Oh no, I can't wait to use that lantern. That one's called Lighting the Way. Let's set it aside. And the little blobs here are for putting the color behind them as they're lighting up the sky. Here's those adorable owls that are free with a Sale-a-bration order. Tons of cute projects to do with them. They do require a little bit of coloring, but if you have colored pencils, you can use those with a blender pen and get some beautiful coloring. Or if you have our Stampin' Blends, of course, those work wonderfully. So that's that set. Oh, here. Cute Easter Bunny set. Comes with a, well, if you buy the bundle, there's a punch with it that punches out this Easter Bunny. Is that adorable? I'm not a big Easter person, but I thought this was so cute. Easter eggs, Easter Bunny, carrot, bird. So I'll do a class with this. For those who, maybe you do a little bit of Easter, but you don't want to buy a whole set to have forever, come to my class and you get to use it and get a few cards, and you don't have to. This one I had to buy. I know Diane King and I were talking about this set called Conversation Bubbles. The dies cut out all of those. There's blank conversation bubbles that you can handwrite in or stamp with a different stamp or stamp with these. There's star, there's flower, I don't know. It's super cute. I can't wait to do some cards with these. Kind of a non-traditional type of card. You know, I do a lot of flower cards and things like that. I think these cards will be fun because they'll just be a little bit more fun and kind of with a young vibe to them. Let's see all the dies. So that will be a unique one, a different one, you know? Like the lightning bug with the lantern thing. Sometimes it's nice to expand your horizons when it comes to stamp sets you buy. Let's see. Of course, having said that, that doesn't mean I didn't buy some flower sets. This was a Sale-a-bration set. It's a two-step stamping. Beautifully happy that, and I should know, but I don't know what kind of flower that is. If anybody here knows, tell me. These will stamp in there, there. Has some nice sayings. This one is $100. You earn this one free with a $100 order because it's a big stamp set. It's a double stamp set. So I'll use that. This is that sending support set. It's got just wonderful words of encouragement that we can use on some projects. So excited to try that out. And some of them have inside and outside sayings, like this one. There are many ways you might feel right now, ... And then on the inside you can say, alone shouldn't be one of them. Isn't that nice? Here for you always. Something fancy. That's a new Stampin' Die set I got. All kinds of sentiments on here. I love the mix of print with kind of a cursive-y flourish. And the dies, of course, are neat shapes. Let me get those open real quick for you. For me, it seems like I can never have too many sentiment stamp sets because I can always make a card with beautiful DSP, but I still need to be able to stamp something great to say in it, and I don't want to stamp the same thing all the time. So I love having sets that have many sayings, and these have great different shapes for the dies that are great focal points. So had to have this set. Move that out of the way. As a scrapbooker, I had to have this set of dies. And so, but it also works for home decor. It works for cards. It's called Alphabet a la Mode. It's huge. There are 52 dies in this set. And usually when I buy the alphabet dies that we have in stamps, even after they retire, I keep those babies and I use them because they are such a basic to have in your scrapbooking and card making arsenal. So let me open this up. It's kind of stuck down. Lots of letters. Kind of a tall, thin, skinny font. Love it. There are numbers, there are letters, there are even duplicates of a few letters, like the A, there's 2 A's, there's 2 T's, 2 R's, you know, the high use ones, there's multiples of. So this I'm going to love. I'm going to use this a lot, as I said. It's going to be handy for keeping in my stash for years to come. The Sentimental Part. That set is part of the suite that included this paper. And I can't remember if I bought the dies. I don't remember. Anyway, this suite has even another stamp set in it that's really pretty. I got this because I love all of these sentiments. You've got the flowers, but thanks, thinking of, let's celebrate, and then you can put each one with it that goes with it. It's a big set. Look at that. It's a ton. So I know I'll get some good use out of that. We'll have those at a class. What am I forgetting here? There. Oh, the new punch. I mentioned I got a new punch that does different ends. It also does different widths, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, or 1 inch. And I've got to change that so the glare doesn't get on there. It's kind of reminds me of like a ticket, mini scallop edge, and then like a ticket edge. So that is cute, and I will look forward to using that because I'm always looking for different ways to finish off ends of strips and sentiments. Okay, did I forget anything? I might have. That's the majority of things. And I'll probably end up getting more, but I wanted to get a good start. So make sure you watch. I'll be doing this Easter Bunny class and a few others, but this one in the upcoming couple months anyway. Any of those things that I mentioned are Sale-a-bration. Know that that's only good. Sale-a-bration only goes through February. So, and sometimes things run out. So if you've seen anything either with me or with other demonstrators that you think, oh, I really love that, it's not always a great idea to wait till the end of, like, say, this ends in February. I probably wouldn't wait till the last week of February if I really knew there was something I wanted. I've done that before and been disappointed, so that's what I would say. Okay, man, that was a lot to go through. Lots of other videos online that you can find and see other new stuff. I can't afford to buy the entire new catalog. Some of the top demonstrators do because, you know, that's their whole business, and they have hundreds and hundreds of customers, and so I applaud them for being able to do that. My customer base isn't quite that big, but I do like to buy a lot because I enjoy it. So thanks for joining me. I'm going to skim real quick and see what other questions, if I did any. Love the bubble set. Oh, you like it too, Mary? Oh, good. Oh, yes, the owls are adorable, Chris. And a lot of people collect owls, so I think people will love those owls. I've seen some people in the demonstrator board doing the owls, and they'll put googly eyes on them. Not sure if I love them very much with the googly eyes, but, you know, that is an option. So the fireflies are so cute, Mary, you're right. Grayson, oh, yeah, it is a great set, especially for you, Grayson, with you guys collecting bugs and all your nature and stuff. I could see that being a good set for you. So if you don't have that set, maybe you can come to my class when I do it and use mine. Or, you know, you might be enticed to buy it. But, yeah, I think the bubble set will make for some fun and different cards. I look forward to that. So, again, if you would like and share this, I appreciate it. I'm going to try to post over on my other page because I know there are people that would have normally seen it that don't follow this, my Penny for Your Crafts page. And that's okay. But, you know, going forward, I'll have to decide which place I'm going to keep putting it. So I really appreciate you guys finding your way here and spending a little time with me tonight. That was an hour. I did the demonstration pretty fast. That was good. It was a simple card, and I wanted to show you guys that. Some of those other cards I showed you for my retreat are much more complex, so I wanted to have a mix of some simpler ones and some more challenging ones in there. So anyway, thanks for coming tonight, guys, or spending time here. Hope you have a great rest of the evening. I've got to go do my home exercise program for my shoulder. I've been putting it off long enough. I've got to go do that. So take care, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye, guys. Thanks again.